I have struggled with these problems for the past 2 years. How do I build a portfolio? How do I check for correlation? Can I trust EA Studio? And how does backtesting compare to live trading? Up to this point, I've been answering these questions manually using tools like Excel, MetaTrader Backtester, and FX Blue to piece it together, but that was slow and painful until I found this totally free tool which has made it so much easier and 10 times faster. Hi, if we haven't met, my name is Lisa and I'm an algorithmic trader. I make decisions based on evidence and data. And today I'm going to show you one question: can I trust EA Studio? And how I'm going to use this totally free tool to answer this question. And the totally free tool that I'm talking about is Quant Analyzer, and I'll have a link to it below. Now, there is a free version and the paid version. So I do have the paid version, but what I'm going to show you today is the totally free version. And the main question I want to answer today is, can I trust Expert Advisor Studio? If you're not familiar with this tool, this is a web-based tool that will generate expert advisors and strategies for you totally automatically. However, this is a web-based tool that runs on your browser. So how do I know that this is going to be similar to my MetaTrader platform, especially the MetaTrader Backtester? So for step one, I'm going to grab one of the strategies that I've created before using the workflow that I have spent 2 years building and refining. And this specific workflow is designed to build robust strategies that don't just fail, that are over optimized and start to lose money as soon as you put them on a live account. So let's drag my strategy into the collection, and I'm going to click on it and wait for it to refresh and run. And the equity chart looks pretty okay. I can see some basic stats here, not all the stats that I want, but it gives me a vague understanding of how it performs. Here I am using premium data, which is sourced from Copy. Next, I'm going to take one of my broker platforms. At random, I've chosen Darwin-X, and here I've got an MT4 platform. And I've already kicked off a backtest using the exact same strategy that I showed you before in EA Studio. And notice I have this button down here, use tick data. Now this is a custom add-on from this website, which is eareview.net. And what this software does is it downloads tick data from Copy for me. So I can have 99% modeling quality when I backtest using my MetaTrader platform. And here are the results of the backtest. The equity curve kinda looks the same. And if I take a look at the report, you can kinda see that it looks slightly the same. The stats are a little bit different compared to what we saw in EA Studio. You tell me, do both these strategies look the same? Do the equity charts look the same? Do the stats look the same? It's kind of hard to compare when you're looking at two totally different objects and trying to figure out if they're exactly the same. So let's solve this problem by first installing Quant Analyzer. This is the totally free version. And you can see here it supports a whole variety of different formats that you can import into this tool. You can import MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5, FX Blue, my FX book, and CSV. So what I'm going to do, because EA Studio's format is not supported by this particular tool, I'm going to import it using CSV. In Expert Advisor Studio, I head over to Report and go to Journal, and I'm going to hit Export to download this in Excel format. And this is what the Excel spreadsheet looks like, with each trade being spread over 2 lines. I'm going to do some Excel magic so everything is on one line. Abracadabra, one line, which is the correct format to be imported into Quant Analyzer. So I'm going to hit Load Report. And this is what it looks like once you've done the export. You've got some basic stats on the top, and at the bottom you've got a breakdown of each month's profit, and you can see the equity chart in this screen here. That is EA Studio done. Next, I'm going to go to my MetaTrader platform, and under the results, I'm going to right click and select Copy All. Back in Quant Analyzer, I'm going to select Paste Report, and in this box here, I'm going to hit Control V for paste, and I'm going to call this Darwin-X Ducas Copy Data. And don't worry about the symbol or time frame, and hit Load. Now we have 2 strategies in this application, both of them in the exact same format. If I click of the EA Studio one, you can see it made slightly more profit at 14,000. And if I click on the one at the bottom, we can see we made slightly less profit of 13,000. Even though we are using two totally different tools, at least the format is now exactly the same, so we can really compare apples for apples. You can take a screen print, put them side by side, and really do the comparisons. But what I find much more useful is comparing the equity chart. So unfortunately, when you're just looking at one or the other, it's a little bit hard to do this comparison. So what I'm going to show you is to create a portfolio with these two strategies. So at the bottom, highlight both of them and select Create Portfolio. And they will appear now in the Portfolios tab. Now, if you double select on this and up the top, go to the equity chart. So what you see here, now the blue is the combined portfolio, which is not what we want. So we will want to change it just to the two individual equity charts. So I'm going to go up the top under data. I'm going to select sub equities only. So now we have the two individual equity charts. The red is using EA Studio data, and the green is using Darwinex Dusker copy data. Now, from my understanding, the way EA Studio works is based on open bar prices only. It does not test it to the tick level. So the green one is where I am testing it using tick data from Dusker copy. And even though these two equity charts are different, they are also very similar. They both go up at the same points. They both go down at the same points. Before we go on, let me tell you about Darwinex Zero. If you're not familiar with them, they are a platform designed to reward good traders. You can get a simulated 100K account to trade and earn money from your trading. So currently there are a total of 4 different ways to make money on Darwinex. In the silver stage, you can get between 30 to 375K in allocation and you get to keep it for 3 months. In the gold stage, where you can receive up to 500K and keep it for 6 months. And then investor capital, where you can get into the millions and millions of dollars. And lastly, the 100K permanent allocation. You've got 2 options here. You've got the instant allocation and the performance-based allocation. And these 4 different options are stackable. So you can get silver, gold, investor capital, and permanent allocation all in one account. I've personally been trading with Darwinex for a year and a half. I've received multiple payouts from them and made it to Darwinia Gold. If you're a trader and want to make some extra money, then I have a discount code below if you decide to sign up. Thanks Darwinex for sponsoring this video. So the question I wanted to answer today is EA Studio similar to the MetaTrader backtester? And from the chart that we saw, yes, it is. But I am not happy with just this step. Let's go a little bit further. Because I don't trade with the Dusker copy data, I trade with the Darwinex, I trade with Ghost markets, I trade with IC markets. Next, I'm going to retest the exact same strategy. Now I'm going to untick the use tick data, which is Dusker copy data. Now I'm going to use the inbuilt data that comes with the Darwinex. And unfortunately, Darwinex don't have that much data. It only goes back a few months. So I've set the starting date here to 2022, but I know it's going to start from 2024. That's why this backtest is very short with just a handful of trades, but that's okay. I'm still going to go to results, right click, copy all, and then paste it into Quant Analyzer. Paste, I'm going to call this Darwinex every tick and hit load. Let's repeat the exact same backtest using IC Markets MetaTrader 4 platform. And since we're here, might as well do another broker. Here I've chosen Go Markets. Now I have all the different broker tests. I have EA Studio, I have Darwinex, I have IC Markets, Go Markets, and finally Darwinex using Dusker copy data. And you'll notice they're all different. They all have different number of trades. Darwinex only has 13 trades, whereas on EA Studio we have 594 trades. We have different net profits. What is going on there? So let's recreate the brand new portfolio using all this data. Now we have all the different equity charts on a screen. In the yellow up here, you've got EA Studio, which goes back to 2009. We've got in the green Darwinex using Dusker copy data data, so same data source, and you can see it behaves very similar. The problem with testing on MetaTrader is that most brokers have different data feeds and different data availability. So if you look really closely at the bottom here, you've got 3 different equity curves. Unfortunately, this is all the data that I can get from IC Markets, Go Markets, and DarwinX. In the purple, you've got Go Markets every tick, which it goes back to 2023. However, with IC Markets and with DarwinX themselves, I only have data from 2024, which makes it very hard to compare the results across different brokers. Unfortunately, it is very hard to see these equity curves at the bottom. The above 2 lines are sourced using Desktop copy data, and we can already see they are very similar. But let's compare Desktop copy data with Go Markets, which is the longest purple line we've got here. And I can see already that the movement of the equity curves are very similar. So yes, I can say that Desktop copy is very comparable with my broker's data on Go Markets. Let's zoom into these 3 at the bottom. So I'm going to take out EA Studio and DarwinX Desktop copy. I'm going to create a brand new portfolio with just the latest 3 equity charts. Now we are zoomed into the 3 brokers that I trade live with: Go Markets, IC Markets, and DarwinX. And even though that all these brokers have different data availabilities, Go Markets go back to 2023, and IC Markets and DarwinX only go back to 2024, what this chart tells me is that the results are very similar across different brokers. Obviously, there will be differences. For example, if you look at this line here, you can see across all 3 brokers, all the charts are going up and then down. So there is a bump here. But at about this line here, you can see there are slight differences across different brokers. Here you've got a flat bit, here you've got a bump, and here you've got a down bit. What this chart tells me is that despite having different results over different brokers, this strategy is robust because overall we are seeing positive returns across multiple brokers. You can see how using this totally free tool, I have been able to not only answer the question of can I trust EA Studio, but I've also addressed the issues we have with our ability to rely on a strategy's backtest when our broker doesn't have that much data. And this tool can also help you build portfolios. So if you want to learn more about building portfolios, then watch this video right here. Thanks for watching. Bye.